that Scull and Bonez, and it's part 2.
Yeah.
It's that Scull and Bonez.
It's your boy, yo.
All for you.
Here with this real man, welcome.
And it's part 2. It's that Scull and Bonez, and it's all for you.
Welcome, yo.
It's that Scull and Bonez,
Y'all welcome into the second installment, 10-year anniversary to the greatest album the streets has ever known, All Scull and Bonez. Welcome to All Scull and Bonez 2, you feel me? I'd like to thank everybody who showed all the support, you feel me? The album drops, you know, 7/22/23, and it's here live. We here. The album's out now. Y'all go make sure y'all cop that, you feel me? It's a brand thing.
Or a doc strap, she want a bigger cup. I do this for the ladies, all the street thugs. It's global love, they wasn't teaching us. They want us congregate.
Welcome, world. It's your boy History, you know? Y'all live with me again. You know? It's a crazy world, man. You know, it's been a little minute since I came back to this music thing, you know? It's been a little minute. But actually, consistently, I came back 2022 with 2021 really with Asylum 5, you feel me? It's been a long time though, because what this right here is about is All Scull and Bonez 2, you know, ASMB 2, you feel me? And it's been 10 years since I started the first installment, so this is part 2 to my first digital album, you feel me? Which is crazy, trust me. Y'all gonna love that, and the journey has been a long time, you know? I've been doing this and I've been having a vision of seeing music for years, you know? I've been doing this since I was like about 8. It really started with me hearing my sister sing, you know? And just gravitating to music and shit. But just knowing I was looking up to my sister. I look up to my sister, but at that time it was more in depth because I was a youth, you feel me? And I was looking up to her and she would sing all the time. You know, singing all these joints, playing Nas and all that in my early days. And then the first tape I got my hand on was House Party soundtrack, Kid and Play. You know, that had that ain't gonna hurt nobody, I'm just dancing, baby. It wasn't violent, but it was catchy and it was stylish. That right there taught me the essentials. Cause my first tape that I got my hands on, it wasn't mine. It was strictly for my niggas, Tupac, my nigga Charlie Brown. Charles, you feel me? He's called Charlie Brown and shit. But craziest piece is when I heard Pac, it was like, oh my God, this is years after the Kid and Play soundtrack. When I heard Pac and I heard how Pac was putting it together, gangster and like intellectual, you know, black power type for the culture, you know. When I heard him doing that, it was just like, it was something mesmerizing to me, you know. Really, really, it was like hip hop at its finest, you know. This is the 10th anniversary of All Scull and Bonez Part 1. I'm giving y'all All Scull and Bonez ASMB Part 2, 7/22/23. And if y'all watching this, that means it's out now. You feel me? It's been a long time coming. It took me a long time to get to this level, you know? I'm still not where I want to be yet, but at the same time, it's been a long time to get to this level. Buzzing and people downloading, people buying singles, people tuning in, you know? I came a long way. There ain't no cap. There ain't no cap in no way. I came a long way since 2013. A lot of experiences, you know, doing this video thing, you know, because I'm a videographer at heart. I went to school for that. Graduated, you know, from the Art Institute. Started in the Art Institute of Atlanta. Graduated from the Art Institute in Fort Lauderdale. Which is, you know, it's been a long way. Been doing these movies, these mini musical movies with my own career. You know, I've been in the front seat drive for a couple years. And I've been doing me, you know. It just is what it is. And y'all been tuning in. The real supporters know. The real supporters can tell you everything we done did. But you know, as a growing brand, now we got new people. So we here to define and let the new people know that yeah, this is Doppelganger, DG Films, you feel me? And I am an EX3 affiliate, you know, CEO Hollow Low. So it's all good. You know, I've been doing this, man. Yeah, it's been a little minute. I'm glad y'all here with me, because now y'all get a chance to hear some of the songs, you know, see what we got coming, you know, there's a lot more coming. I'm working in the studio every day, like every single day. You know what I mean? If I'm not making a song, I'm doing something on the design side, or I'm doing something on the visual side, you know. This is an enterprise. That's why I chose to call my label Doppelganger Enterprises, because it's an enterprise, you know. And with an enterprise, you know, there's many entities that come together to build, like Voltron. For people who don't know Voltron, Power Rangers, when all of them separate Zords come together, you know, and they join and they make that big thing, that big unit. That's what we do. So we here. I'm always here, yo, just to tell y'all too. Y'all gotta follow y'all dreams, you know? I ain't nobody to tell it to me. I had to go through it the hard way. Meaning actually through the mud, sitting in the mud, you know what I mean? Doing the hard work. Shit, 10 years later, I'm here with notoriety. Ain't got all the bread in the world, but it's all good, because the bread coming. With the consistency of work, the bread gonna always come. That's anything you wanna do. Remember that. Anything y'all wanna do in life, consistency is key. Keep repeating. Whatever that is, the process. You're making movies, you're designing cakes, you're cooking plates, whatever it is, you know. You gotta consistently grind.
It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you. Don't make me turn the room up. 10 years ago I started from the broom up. Clean up good like a room, cuz anniversary edition, the special cut. It's been a long time coming, I've been gearing up. So I'm ready to meet the world like a baby's butt or a doc strap. She want a bigger cut. I do this for the ladies, all the street thugs. It's global love, they wasn't teaching us. They want us congregating like the preacher does, just to shoot us down like a glass dove. But on the real though, we gotta do better, bruh. Stop being they targets, we at the center, duh. Life ain't a movie, Biggsy told me so. You better watch for the cops in that okie doke. Don't be a t-shirt, cause you got smoke. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you.
Yeah, but craziest part is, as long as I can remember, I wanted to be an artist. Not just no rapper, you know, or just to be spitting words I always wanted people to know my scenarios, my experiences, you know, the things I've been through. And I always wanted to, seeing the way other people could convey their truths and their realities to the harsh livings and the experiences they grew and experienced and grew up in that made them who they were today. That was always a skill that resonated with me, because I was always going through shit, and it's like, yo, it took me forever to get it to the point where it was in its rawest form. You know, like the first beginning years, I was writing music, never had no studio to go to. I linked up with my dog, shouts out to Nana NYC, you feel me? I linked up with Nana, and I think he brought me to my first studio back in the day. I don't even got this record no more. He might have it somewhere. I don't even remember where we recorded. It was in New York. You feel me? And it was just like, it took me, even from that point, it took me years to get to the point of getting back in the studio. When we went to Atlanta, when I started going to school for video production, the Art Institute, you know what I mean? I went to Atlanta, and then Coca Aloysius, shouts out to Coca, brought me and T-Boys into the studio, or me and Dr. G. T-Boys is the group I was originally in, you know, and brought me and Dr. G to the studio. And the craziest part, I think Big Z Large came too, but the craziest part was I got fed up because I could never get up enough money, you know, with paying rent and being a youngin' going to school, getting the stuff I had to do. I never had enough money to get to the studio, and studio time back then, it wasn't a lot, but it was a lot to me, you know. And I'm like, yo, it's hard for me to get in the studio, to the point I had to just get my own studio equipment. I started in school and shit, and I took a couple classes and learned how to use Pro Tools and shit, and then I figured out I need my own studio, and that's where the magic started. Ever since I got my M-Box, I got the M-Box 1. Right now I'm recording on the M-Box 2. It's outdated, but don't nobody even really know that it still does its job. You know what I mean? So I started with the M-Box 1, and I'm making beats, all of that, because before I got the M-Box, I was making beats, yo. You know, and I was making beats, and like, that was the lick. The lick was, yo, I gotta do this, and I gotta do this as a full-time gig, you know? And I've been doing music ever since, and that was like, what, the early 2000s, you know what I mean? I've been doing music ever since, so it's been a long time coming, meaning this is the 10th anniversary, 10 years since my first digital album in 2013, you know? So with that being said, y'all welcome to All Scull and Bonez 2, the Docu Movideo, you feel me? Shit, I'm bringing y'all in all the way. We've been doing this, you know? A lot of people don't give us our credit, but at the same time, we was doing it when CDs was a thing. You know what I mean? A lot of people might look at that and be like, yo, that's not too far from right now. But yeah, it's kind of way back there. It's not way back in the 80s, like DAT tapes and all of that, but, you know, like, been doing it since then. When I was in school building CDs, I learned how to make CDs and write CDs, author CDs and all that. You know what I mean? And I was putting shit together. You know? But we don't get that credit. A lot of people look at it and be like, yo, nah, y'all boys ain't did enough. Y'all boys ain't do. That's why I don't really be listening to nobody, because at the same time, yo, nobody can really tell me my plight, where I'm coming from. I've been doing this for a minute, you know? And that's why I felt it was only right for me to bring y'all the Docu Movie, because it's like, yo, at the same time, this mini movie here is for my supporters and everybody who know what we've been on, because we've been doing this. So it's like, listen, there's nothing to brag about. History is a household name, and that's who I am, you know? With that being said, it's live, and there's way more to come, you know what I mean? I'm in the studio almost every day working. And if I'm not recording every day, trust me, I'm grinding. So I got it set up in a certain way where I'm getting these records done. And it's professional, you know? We rocking out, man. We do this. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody tell you, man. This doppelganger. You feel me? DG Films, CEO himself, man. No brag, man. That's no cap. No cap. That's the main part of it, you know? Consistency is key. And I've damn sure been consistent, but even me, like, for a little minute, I took off, you know? From, like, my second album. From the second album, which was, like, 2015. You know? I took off 5 years off of it. Not willingly, you know, I'm taking care of my family and shit like that, doing certain things in real life hitting me, you know? It's like I don't have enough time to go to the studio or whatever. So because of that, it's a 5-year gap between the third album, Asylum 5. Asylum 5 was supposed to be I Am CEO 5 years ago. But when I got it together and then supposed to be recorded an album that I didn't like, you know, turned around and it was trash to me. And that was like years of working on it. You know what I mean? I didn't really write the records, I was freestyling the records, you know, and I could freestyle. But I didn't like the end result. Once I got to the final stages of I Am CEO, it wasn't an album. And then to me, I'm sitting there to myself like, yo, this ain't gonna work. You know, so I scrapped that. I still got it, but I don't think the world will ever hear that. You know, the world will never hear that. So by that time, years is passing. I'm probably working on a single here and there, but I mean, like, some years was passing. I was nothing. Meaning creatively, like, it just was, the block was there. The block was there. Like, there was no juices, no mojo flowing. I'm really, like, in full-on dad mode, you know what I mean? So, like, when that happened, I linked up with EX3, you know? And that's Hollow Low, Jungle, you know, Run a Check Up Road, Red Monkey. That's a whole team, but I linked up with them and was like, hearing them get to their music and hearing them make records gave me my mojo back, you know? Gave me my mojo back. And it's like, since that, you know, I was able to create records and then take off and like get back into my mojo. So that's where y'all got Asylum 5. Don't nobody really know that. Don't nobody really know that. Like Asylum 5 is like a struggle album. It's light, but it was me dusting the skills off my shoulders, you feel me? I had to dust the skills off, dust the dirt off my shoulders with dust, and get back to making this good music. And that's what I did, you know? That's really what I did. That's really what I did. You know, so with that being said, yo, y'all here with me, man. You know, and then the next album, which is Okami. Crazy part to that is like, yo, that's me polishing up my skills all the way. Because I'm like, yo, when I take a check, I'd have dusted it off and gave them Asylum 5, so now Asylum hit them over their head a whole year later. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, Okami, we hit some new heights. I got to work back again with my little brother Scott LaRock on breaking through barricades. So it was like we was working. We was working, you know? We was working. So that being said, like, y'all gonna tune in, y'all gonna love this album. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna love this album I got right here. You know, All Scull and Bonez 2, the second chapter. I don't know if y'all gonna get a part 3. I don't really know if y'all gonna get a part 3, but I'm just saying like this. If I feel I'm in the mood, y'all know y'all seen that drop take off. I'm in the mood, you know. It's like, listen, if I feel it, and I give it to y'all 10 years later, then it's okay. But I'm thinking this might be the cap of that. Because I want to venture off into new projects. Not that I don't want to do part 2s and 3s, but it gotta be right. I'm not just gonna do it just because it's 10 years later. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, listen, we here. We do this shit. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Yes, it was drop. Take off. That shit was harder than a bitch. You feel me? But yeah. You know the craziest thing I learned along my journey making music and in life is that you gotta follow your dreams. You know, I wouldn't be where I am at today. Notoriety and shit. People knowing my name, knowing my records, if I wouldn't have kept going. You know, it's a crazy thing, but at the same time, you gotta look at it like, yo, this is my dream. These are my goals. I gotta reach and I gotta attain them. You know? Take it from me. You know, I ain't where I wanna be fully. But at the same time, I'm grinding towards that. I'm not gonna let nothing stop me. I'm not gonna let nothing hold me up, you know? And I didn't always have this job. It came along over time. But doing this over and over and over again, you know, I get like a thrill every time I release a record, every time I do an album, you know, I get a thrill. It's like a sense of fulfillment. I put a project together and then I know the world's gonna critique. I'm not too worried about what they're gonna say, you know, but I know they're gonna love it because it's good music, it's great music. When I look at that, it's like I can't stop, you know, and that's what I would tell you. I don't stop. Whatever you're doing, you want to be a doctor, you want to be whatever. You want to be a real estate agent, whatever, a model, whatever. Attain it. Find a way to do it on your own. Even if you gotta purchase a camera and find a photographer, you know, or let one of your friends learn how to do it, you know. You gotta do what you do. It's all about the hustle, man. It's about the strive, the will to win. You know, the strive and the thirst for more knowledge. You gotta learn your industry. You gotta know the backhand, ins and outs, you know, in between the lines, all that. Because this is what you want to do. And if you give up on you, who else gonna believe in you? You gotta believe in yourself first. You know, when I first started doing music, like if y'all go watch Robot Sangre on my YouTube channel, that's not when I first started, but I got to capture footage from back in the day. Before we really had, or I really had a home studio, you know what I mean? So it's like, you got a chance to see how we do it from then. A little bit, you know, and my backstory, what I've been through, what I came up through, my adulthood, my young adulthood, you know. But yeah, I would tell you, I never give up on yourself. That's for one. That's the main thing. Can't give up on yourself, man. You know. I make motivational music, you know? I got some gangster shit, I do that. I came from that, you know? But it's like, yo, listen, I got motivational records, man. I'm here to motivate the gangsters, I'm here to motivate the thugs, I'm here to motivate the females and the youth, you know? I'm 39. I drop albums on my birthday. This year I'm gonna be 40. You know, it's a real grind. I've been doing this. I'm leaving a legacy. This is what I do. You know, I'm leaving a legacy, something for my kids to eat on. My songs can play, they can stream, they can eat. You know, I do this to be remembered. You know, and I do this for my therapy. Me making music is a way to channel all of the negative and all of the positive vibes out, because I turn the negative into positives. You know, don't get it twisted. My life ain't easy, bro. Nobody's life is easy. But we gotta do what we gotta do, you know? You don't got a choice. You gotta do what you gotta do. Especially if you got kids. But to all the youth out there, I tell you, follow your dreams, man. Don't rush and have kids, you know, use protection. Do what y'all gotta do. You know, but at the same time, live your life. Enjoy some life. Travel, see the world, you know? See the world. So the world is vast. You know, and that's what I tell all my supporters. Follow your dreams, yo. Don't let nobody deter you from what it is you want to be in life. You know, follow your dreams all the way. You don't want to leave room for regret. You know? You want to be able to be like, yeah, I did what I did to the best of my ability, you know? To the best of my ability. And that's what you want it to be. You want it to be what you want it to be. But you got to keep going. Even on the days when it seems like, yo, you might not make it, you know? You got to keep striving, man. Yeah. I keep striving.
It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's all for you. It's that Skull and Bones, and it's part 2. It's that Skull and